Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here with another Master Duel video for you. So we've got yet another viewer special for you all today. This one is number 18, if I recall correctly. And I've got quite a few games picked out here. Well, I'm actually going to be doing the next couple of viewer specials. I'm just recording them back to back. So that's why I have so many games picked out here. But the games that I have picked out in particular here are actually all from more like control-y type decks. So I'm kind of looking forward to showing these off because, you know, they're not like straight up stun decks. You know, we're going to be seeing decks like Zoo and Live Twin. They're the kind of control decks that I like to, and Sky Striker as well. They're the kind of control decks that I like to play, where we're more using like disruption and maybe one-off negations here or there, as opposed to just like flipping up like a skill drain or something like that, or you know, throwing down like an M-Pen and kind of calling it a day from there. So. Yeah, and of course, more so than anything else, the awesome things about these games that they are submitted by you all, the viewers. That is what, of course, the viewer special here is all about. So if you're new to the series or have not seen very many of these, basically what we do here with the viewer special is I showcase games about once a week here that are featured by you all, or rather I feature games that are played by you all, and show them here on the channel, so that way we can get a different perspective, because I think it's definitely important to see multiple people play the game. I think that's like any game, that's the best way to improve, I think, is to watch multiple, not just one person, but multiple people play, just to get multiple different perspectives. So plus I value everyone's input here on the channel, as I talk about a lot in the comments. I definitely love getting the feedback from you all, so more so than just being able to read about what plays you would make during or using a certain deck, I love the ability to also be able to see what plays you are all making as well. As far as how to go about submitting a replay to be featured here on the channel, it's actually quite simple. You can do so either in one of two places. You can either go to the description below. You will find a link to my Twitter. If you click that, then you can go over to my profile, where my pinned tweet I have from a few months ago. That's just where I curate all of the responses that I get to these viewer specials, and that's one nice place. It's nice and easy. It's one place for me to be able to find all of them, so I like having it there. But if you don't have a Twitter, that is a-okay, no problem at all. You can also respond to the comments of this video and you know, submit the information there in order to get your replay featured as well. As far as what information you need to send over your 9-digit player ID as featured here. Go ahead and send that, as well as just any information about the replay that's relevant. If you want me to watch a specific game, then definitely submit the date, time code, and maybe also the opponent you played against, so that way that I know exactly which game you want me to watch. And it's also can be helpful for me if you just want to submit a little bit of information about the game as well, like maybe even something as simple as like, oh, I played this deck against this deck. But if you want to talk a little bit about what happened in the game as well, that's fine too, just as much information as you want to give. Do make sure that you are saving your replays publicly though, because if they are not saved publicly, then I'm not able to view them. So you want to not only, of course, have them saved to your profile here, but also make sure that you're clicking them and then clicking make public, so that way I'm able to see them there and then feature them as a result on the channel. But yeah, that's about all I think I have to say about that. Oh, and then also, you know, if you don't get your replay featured, you know, definitely don't be discouraged. And feel free to keep submitting, because, you know, it's just not possible with all the submissions I get to obviously every single person. But that doesn't mean that, you know, just because I might not have featured you once doesn't mean I never will. Like, you know, I definitely do make an effort to feature both people who have not submitted before and people who submit regularly. So definitely feel free to keep submitting. Now, don't spam the same game over and over again. That's actually a surefire way to not get featured. But no, if you want to submit like multiple different games or something like that, that's totally fine. You know, definitely feel free to. I am not taking. I don't have a limit necessarily on, let's say, how many submissions I'm taking. So definitely feel free to submit what you want there. But in any case, now let's go and take a look at some of your games. Okay, so the first duel of this video comes to us from RJB here, who has a game where they played Pure Zoo against Despia. So I really like Pure Zoo, honestly. I've liked it since I used it for I first used it for the Xyz Festival way back in, gosh, was that the second season? I don't think we had a festival the first season, right? The first month? No, of course we didn't, because that was like season 1. The game came out on January, what, like 21st or something? So that was only like a week and a half. But In any case, yeah, Pure Zoo, definitely an awesome deck. Looks like we're playing Dark Ruler No More and Evenly Matched, which are cards I haven't particularly tried in Pure Zoo, but are definitely very good for Pure Zoo. Dark Ruler No More in particular is a card I think I just need to just sit down and craft, because I definitely have not gotten around to doing that yet. I just need to do more research about the type of decks I wanted as opposed to Droplet, honestly, before I sit down and craft it. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like we got any of our hand traps, which for Pure Zoo is actually pretty unlucky, because this deck is kind of known for playing just a whole ton of them. So yeah, the opponent's getting a fairly standard start off. They even have the branded, well, not the branded Retribution. They don't have it set anyway, but they're able to use it to recycle their branded Fusion as well. Interesting they didn't play the Mirror Jade in defense mode, especially because we're actually like playing the Lightning Storms here, so it's relevant. Oh, we're just going to use the Evenly Matched Banish, though. I see. Oh, because it banishes face down, and that way that won't trigger the Mirror Jade's effect. And it will let them be able to recycle with that. Ah, that's smart. See, I don't know if I would have snapped off the Lightning Storm. I like to think I would have thought about that for at least a little bit, but I'm also, again, not super used to playing just with Evenly Matched in general. I don't know that I've actually even played a deck with it. I might have tried it in Pure Zoo at one point, or some deck similar to it. Pure Zoo, again, being one of the decks you'd want to play Evenly, and Evenly's a strong card, but it's one of those cards that can only really be used in, like, certain kinds of decks. Decks that don't tend to, like, commit a whole lot to the board, necessarily. Wow, okay, I see we managed to successfully bait out the Dramaturge. Yeah, I don't really understand that response from the opponent. Well, I mean, I guess it does force the Zodiac Dryden now, but, I mean, yeah, that was going to be our plan anyway, yes, use the Monster Reborn and bring back the Thoroughblade and then just go for more Xyz plays. Although, I don't know if we're playing a Utopic F-Zero, but we could definitely make that at this rate. I think that's what we're about to go into, right? Yep. Ooh, that's going to be nice to have going into the opponent's turn as well. Not just for the ability to negate stuff, but also take control. Thinking about the Lubellion in particular, it'd be nice to take control of that as well as, of course, like I said, negate it as well. And of course, yeah, also can't be destroyed by battle, so not having to fear this Dramaturge in attack mode is also... Yeah, the F-Zero Draco Future actually was kind of the perfect thing to make here. So it's nice that we had that Monster Reborn so that we could do so. Yeah, but then, yeah, it is a little unfortunate that they had to force the F-Zero there. I mean, we do get the Dramaturge, sure, but we definitely would have preferred to negate and take control. Mostly negate this Lubellion here. I didn't even think about the Masquerade just coming back the next turn. Huh. Yeah, that was definitely a little bit dicey there, but... Oh, but we can use the Dramaturge effect, too! I didn't even realize that! Oh, that's cool! Oh, that's cool. Okay, yeah, no, never mind. Forget everything I just said. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, alright, cool. So, we'll just negate the Lubellion, and now... We don't really have anything to fear at this point. I mean, well, okay, they can still normal summon the Albert for Branded Red. Strike that, we do have things to fear at this point. Especially because, yeah, they can get back the Fallen of Albaz they previously sent. For the Mirror Jade there. That's going to take care of our Draco Future as well. Yeah, because that can only prevent itself from being destroyed, not necessarily banished. The nice thing about Zoos, though, is that it really does just take top decking one monster in order to be able to come back. Because we can, like, Lightning Storm away these back rows and then just rip a Zodiac monster and that'll set up a Zeus right there. So, yeah, there's a Tenki. So, perfect. As soon as I saw the Lightning Storm in hand in this scenario, like, against a lot of other decks, I would have been like, oh my god, we only have the Lightning Storm. Like, what one card could we possibly rip in order to come back here? Because... you know, obviously I saw beforehand that we already won the game, but, or rather I already saw beforehand that we are going to win this game, but then it's like, oh yeah, this is Zodiac, so of course they're just going to rip a Zodiac monster. Again, one of the many strengths of this deck. Yeah, Despian Comedy, not going to be enough to save you against the Zeus there. As we get the Tenki for the Ram Ram for the Boar. Or we're going for more materials first, like the Chakanine. Ooh, just using the oh, because we have a Ram. Wait, but we don't have a Trident though, so we can't pop the Ram, right? Oh, I mean, we can still make a Zeus. Oh, I see. Yeah, we're gonna bring it back, and then because we can use Vespinato, or blah, blah, blah. Not use Vespinato, but well, I mean, we can use Vespinato's effect actually. Wow, this is some like next level shit right here. Holy shit. Yeah, no, because Vespinato battle is what I meant to say. Because Zeus only requires that an Xyz monster has battled. It doesn't have to be like the same one that actually battled that you stack Zeus on top of. Oh my god, are we actually gonna set the Dread? Well, we already used the Chakanine though. Or not the Chakanine, the Tiger Mortar. Oh wait, no, wait, what are we? Oh, are we using the? Oh, we're making the Infinitrack. See, that's the thing. I haven't actually crafted this yet. So the times that I've played Pure Zoo, I haven't actually made the Infinitrack Megaclops. But the Infinitrack Megaclops is like pretty notoriously one of the best cards you could ever make against Branded Despia, because a lot of Branded Despia decks just straight up don't have the out. We're gonna Zeus him too. This is so disgusting. This is disgusting. Oh my god, this is so gross. Because also, isn't this like, yeah, unaffected by the Zeus? Oh my god, this is actually just vile. It's so gross. Because yeah, not only can we Zeus our opponent, but there's really not. Oh, you know what? The Dracoback. The Dracoback. That is actually an out to the Megaclops here. Oh, so we have to make sure that we get rid of the Megaclops, not the Megaclops, the Dracoback with the Zeus, so that we can actually just Zeus away the Fateful Adventure as well, in response to it activating. Although you can also, it's not a quick effect, so you can do it in response to the Dracoback itself activating as well. Oh no, they put it back. No, we should have Zeused. Oh no, if we would have Zeused, we would have been able to stop that. If the toggle was flipped to on, shouldn't we have, right? We should have been able to. I mean, you could have also used it in response to the adventure activating potentially, but it definitely needed to just well, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, I totally just lost my train of thought there. I think I was trying to figure out, like, if there was a reason, because sometimes, I don't know, like, I want to say, you know, like, oh, we should have, you know, used the Zeus earlier there, but then I'm really thinking about it, and it's like, would there have been a reason not to? I'm just trying to figure that out before I make that claim. I guess let me read this again. Unaffected by other monster oh, except those of Xyz monsters. Jeez, that's why we didn't Zeus earlier. I don't know why my brain just totally misread that. I had a feeling I was misreading something there. My brain totally just misread, like, unaffected by monster effect except Xyz monsters as unaffected by Xyz monsters effects. Wow, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players really can't read, can we? Although, you know what? I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Yes, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players cannot read is a meme, and yes, it is even a valid meme. But at the same time, have you read the average? Have you seen how long the average Yu-Gi-Oh! Card is? Like, have you seen how much text is on those cards? We have to read and know every single one of these effects and every single condition. That's really what gets me more than anything else. Tends to anyways, like, the number of just random conditions, like, stacked on, like, oh yeah, I can't, like, Xyz summon for the rest of this turn because, in effect, I activated, like, 20 steps ago. That's right, that's why I can't do the thing I had in mind, you know, that kind of a thing. But yeah, it looks like the opponent didn't really have much else to go into anyway. Yeah, they went for the Vert, and I was like, haven't they used all their Branded Fusions by this point? I was pretty sure they had, and yeah, it looks like I actually have never seen a game where we actually managed to outgrind Branded Despia in terms of just advantage and, like, the number of cards they had, so definitely props for that, honestly. Yeah, that's going to do it for this replay. Let's go ahead and move on now to the next one. Thank you very much for that submission there, RJB. Okay, the next game comes to us from Chisei here, who is going to be playing some Live Twin, which is honestly, of these control decks we're featuring, of the three that I like that we're featuring, which are Zoo, Live Twin, and Sky Striker, I have to admit that Live Twin is just my favorite. Just my favorite, you know. It's, I like the way it plays. I love the art and just the theming. Very cute deck. Looks like we got a pretty good opening hand here, opening with both Valor and C, playing against Adagnister. Definitely nice to have both of these cards playing against them. And yeah, I was going to say, definitely want to fire off that Maxi in response to the Picari being summoned here. Oh no, they have the talent, so they are able to get rid of our Valor, which is a little annoying. But at the very least, you know, we do have the Maxi live here. That's going to be very, very nice against Adagnister. It's too bad they put back the Valor too, because we would have been able to just negate this Dark Infant and stop the AI land, or the island rather. I always need to I always forget that that's how it's pronounced, not AI. But yeah, we definitely like having the Max C here. That's gonna severely limit, I think, what they can do, unless they actually are just okay with giving us like infinite draws more or less, which it kind of looks like they might be. Alright, yeah, we definitely take these. We definitely take those. And yeah, I was gonna say we can even ghost over the island here at this point. Or at some point. I was gonna say at some point, but it makes sense to do it at this point. Let's see, going for transcode next, I imagine. Yep, just looking at the arrows. It definitely looks like transcode is coming down here. Okay, so they are still going to end up going for the, what do you call it? I can't believe I forgot. The Arrival Cybers Adagnister. Jeez, that's like one of my favorite cards. And I went and forgot the name. What do you call it? Jeez. So they do still have a 4,000 attack Arrival Cybers to contend with, but there are definitely scarier things they could have done. I'm trying to think. Let's see, this deck in particular. What is in our extra deck? Should be able to get over. Oh, can we just use it as a... No, we can't use it as a material. Wait, we can just use it as a material, right? Excuse me. Yeah, because that's like one of the few things that this is actually weak to, is being able to be kaiju'd. And we can definitely kaiju it with the Underworld. Huh, so funnily enough, we're actually playing like kind of exactly the right deck to out in Arrival Cybers, right? Or one of the exact right decks to be outing in Arrival Cybers here, with the what do you call it? With the Underworld Goddess. Unless we actually have something else in mind. Oh no, we're just setting up the Trouble Sunny in the graveyard, I see. Gonna send, I assume, the field spell? Yep. Oh, we're summoning the Kisakil and Leola. Oh, because it's actually strong. That's right, this thing can double... That's right, or more or less double their attack points. Oh my god. We're actually just able to run it over. That's awesome. I thought we were going to use an Underworld Goddess, but no, we're actually able to just, like, not only run it over, but then still set up the Leola for the next turn, and then have a whole ton of cards. That's awesome. That's awesome. Actually making use of the Evil Twins Kisakil and Leola card itself. I definitely need to keep this card more in mind when I'm actually playing this deck, which I need to do soon. I need to come back to this deck. It's been too long. I think I just played it last season only once, so it's definitely been too long since I've played Live Twins. And then yeah, we just have like every hand trap under the sun in response for our opponent this time around. The Ghost Bell for the Doyon, we've got the Valor and the Nibiru both, or the Ash both. I was gonna say, and the Nibiru as well, but the Nibiru of course being kind of like a Scorched Earth last minute kind of option. And then just having another live Max. Oh, wait, are they under Max C as well? Did we actually just have that too? I think we did. Yeah, we totally did. So, I mean, I don't really see a world where this Adagnister player is ever able to come back here, but I guess we can let them keep thinking, keep dreaming, right? Even getting the extra draw. We almost have to be mindful at this point, right, of the number of cards left in our deck. Oh, I was just about to look, actually. I wonder if there's a world where that Adagnister player could have actually decked us out. I'm sure there is, but definitely a great game from Live Twins there. Thank you very much for your submission, Chisei. All right, we have one more game to look at. Let's go ahead and go straight into it. Okay, so I was intending to feature a Sky Striker game as our last game here, but unfortunately I went to the profile and I didn't see any replays saved, so that is actually the reason why I say, you know, we need to save our replays publicly, so To the one who submitted that, oh shoot, I didn't write down your name next to the replay ID. I'm sorry, but yeah, to the one who did submit that game, definitely feel free to like resubmit that after you make it public. I would like to feature you there. Make sure that we can get that in and just get everyone in who wants to be featured. So again, do make sure that you are saving the replays publicly. Again, that way I'm able to view them. But I do have a game here that comes to us from Super Dark Aqua, where they are playing against Eldlich while playing Orcust. I was interested in seeing this game because Orcust is one of those decks I've come across like a literal handful of times. I know Harpour is at 2 in Master Duel now, so I know that's a pretty decent boost to the deck. Yeah, Orcust is one of those decks where like I get a little intimidated when I watch them play just because I have like no idea on earth what they're doing, and it just seems really scary. So, excuse me there. And especially playing against Eldlich, let's see how we manage to... I mean, we always like a game where we're able to come out on top against Eldlich, right? Everyone appreciates that. Looks like we were able to Ash their Eldlich, and then they only had 2 back rows as a result. That's always nice. So, leading with the Girsu. Okay, I'm just like... I'm going to be doing this a lot, I think, in this replay. I'm just like reading what all these cards do. Like the Orcust Nightmare. Target face a monster in the field, special summon, looks at it like monster from the machine in the graveyard, all that fun stuff. Okay, got it. Yeah, I was gonna say, under the max C, I don't imagine we continue too many more of our plays here, but we do at the very least get a draw off of our max C. We managed to be able to cycle it. Although it's never good when they manage to get the Eldlich out. Oh, the Ash Blossom. Oh, so close to being able to negate that Scarlet Sanguine. Because I was just about to say, we'd rather the Eldlich not be on the board at all. But at the very least, we can at least Ash Blossom this Extravagance. Yeah, just keeping our opponent from getting access to more advantage is definitely the way to go at this point. I mean, at any point against not just Eldlich, but control/stun decks in general. They tend to thrive off of advantage. Obviously, they need it in order to be able to have cards to set to stop you from doing things. So, any opportunity you're able to deny that earlier on in the game is definitely nice. And again, that's why it was well, and also with Eldlich in particular, you know, their main threat, the way they're gonna like actually win the game, is with their Eldlich. So, ashing the Golden Eldland, definitely not a bad line either. Although it doesn't look like they have too much going on as far as like back rows go. They're mostly just kind of like on Eldlich beatdown right now. They do have a couple of back rows, and we do still need to be mindful of that, but it's not quite as bad maybe as it could be here. No, okay, now we're getting into like a whole bunch of stuff from like, I don't really know what's going on here with like all the Orcust effects. Okay, let's see. I saw the key that was it, the World Legacy, the key, the wand. Banish, target, banish, special summon it. Like, oh no, things are happening so quickly here. No, but you know, it's nice to just be able to have more exposure to the deck in general, like especially decks you're not familiar with. Oh yeah, because there's 2 more cards in the column now that can become a tuner. Okay, I knew that part. I remembered. Hey, I remembered an effect. Although it looks like we just didn't even use it as a tuner, just is being used to make the Vert Anaconda here. I was gonna ask if we're gonna make DP as if you'd respond. Sending Denier and Mally. That's an interesting combination. Oh, because that allows for the most link materials. Huh? You know, it's funny. I was always so caught up in Dasher plus Mally or Dasher plus Denier. I didn't really think about Denier plus Mally too much with DPE. Although I think I've seen some, what do you call them? Some, Adventure Phantom Knights using that combination of Destined Hero monsters. Of, Denier plus Mally there. Yeah, this DPE is going to go a long way for us, I think. Ooh, the Balderock. Oh, this card is so scary. I hate this thing. I really do, too. Although, do they need the zombie world in order for it to be able to really do anything scary? Yeah, because it only negates or banishes stuff when zombie monsters activate their effects. So yeah, if they don't actually have the zombie world, the Balderock is mostly fine. It's just kind of a beat stick at that point, but... This card terrifies me. It's like that meme, you know, like, but that card scares me. Oh, okay, I see. I was gonna say, like, wait, don't they just not get the effects because we call by it? But no, they're just using it to use the Baldurox effect. Although, yeah, we can use this opportunity to pop the other Eldlich. Now they will be able to bring it back because Eldliches as a whole were negated this turn, so that's nice. Setting the Huaquero before passing back to us. We can get rid of this Balduroc. That won't recur nearly as easily because they don't have a zombie world in play. Do they still have another Eldlich in their deck? I think they do, actually. No, they don't. Because one's banished, right? Yeah, so this Scarlet Sanguine's only gonna... I mean, it's still gonna bring one out. It's just gonna bring it out from grave instead of deck. Oh, yeah, because not only can we use it as link materials, but then we can even recycle the Mali as well. Wait, I did know about this, didn't I? About using Denier plus Mali? Yeah. I think I just, like, psyched myself out. I tend to do that kind of easily sometimes, especially when I get flustered, which I am admittedly a little bit right now, just trying to keep up with, like, this deck that I don't know how it plays. Yeah, Orcust I know back in Master Rule 4 were, like, a true nightmare. Huh, but just gonna see that here. No, but yeah, no, I know they were like a tier. I don't know if they were quite a tier 0 deck or just a really dominant tier 1 deck. I feel like, because I don't know, at that point I was like not playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I was only subscribed to the like Yu-Gi-Oh subreddit, which particularly when you're on either the Yu-Gi-Oh or Master Duel subreddits, you gotta kind of take some of the takes that you see there with a grain of salt. You have to take those with a grain of salt because some people get a little salty, right? When it comes to like the meta decks, like, I don't know, we've all seen the post. I mean, all of us who've been on the Master Duel subreddit, like, we've seen, I'm sure, you know, most of us have seen a post at some point or other claiming that something like Sword Soul is a tier 0 deck when it's just not, like, it's just not true, but, alright. But yeah, so that's why I say, I don't know, I don't really know whether Orcust actually were tier 0 or whether they were just really, really good, but maybe just a little, like, overhyped, maybe even over complained about, I'd go so far as to say, so. Nice that we were able to use Dark to steal their Balduroc. That's pretty rad. Even though they don't have the zombie world down to bring it back right now. Anyway, it's still obviously nice to just have it in general. And of course they ripped an Extravagance off the top. Of course they did. Wow, we're only at 1,000 too. This is scary. This is definitely really scary. Okay, good. I was gonna say, as long as they're not able to get the, well, no, they can bring the Eldlich down from the hand, right? Well, they could have actually. Couldn't they have set that card and then activated Eldlich's effect to, like, send it from field to grave, add it to hand, and summon it with 3,500 attack points for lethal? Question mark? Could they not have done that? Did our opponent just misplay, or am I missing something? I think when the misplay seems that obvious, I must be missing something, honestly. Summoning a Scrap Raptor. Oh, they had a skill drain right at the very last minute. I think you actually mentioned that in your reply there. But yeah, we can use the access code to out the skill drain. I don't know how, maybe some people don't know this, but yeah, access code can actually out skill drain if you banish itself because it's no longer on the field to resolve, and then it can pop the skill drain there. Yeah, and then now we can use the Galatia effect, set the Crescendo. I'm saying as if I, you know what this deck is supposed to be doing. But, you know, we're generally, like, link climbing. That's always a good thing to be doing, is link climbing. Oh, we're Xyz summoning. I was like, wait, what are we doing with just this one Lingirisu as a material? That really confused me for a moment, honestly. Cool, yeah, and then we can just send the Eldlich and then battle for lethal. So that was an awesome replay. Thank you for submitting that, Super Dark Aqua. I very much appreciate it. All right, let's go ahead and move on now to the outro. Alright, thank you everybody for watching, especially all the way to the very end of the video like this. I greatly appreciate that, and I also greatly appreciate those of you who are commenting and subscribing as well, as those mean that all that means not only a lot to me personally, but again also just great means of supporting the channel there. Comments, oh, and then of course, you know, I am especially grateful to everyone who is submitting for the viewer specials as well. We could not make these without you at all, so definitely please do keep submitting. I really like this series. It's one of my favorite aspects of the channel, honestly. Even if, you know, and I have noticed, like, you know, these videos don't get as much views as some of the other ones do, but that's all right. I don't really care about that. That's not, like, at all a concern to me, because you all deserve to be featured on the channel in at least somewhat of a capacity for how much you contribute to it with the comments, and that helps not only me with my gameplay, but everyone else who's watching as well. So just wanted to give a very genuine thank you to all of you who are submitting. Like I said, this series means a lot to me because it's for you in that regard, and couldn't do it without you either. So yeah, that's about all the time that I think I've got for this one. So without further ado, this is Eldlich signing out, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day.